This is the Ben Herman Show.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm with one of our official license partners, Greg Lozano. He also happens to be a business owner of two businesses. So, of course, his DJ company, Party People Montana, in addition to also a phone communications company called Convergence Communications. He also happens to be married to a lovely wife named Dana, and also is a father of two. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great, Ben. How are you?
Good. So, let me know about what inspired you to start the DJ business in the first place?
Well, boy, it's a long time ago, back in the early 90s. A friend of mine took me to a house with a pair of 1200s and a mixer. I think I was there for probably about a month straight without ever going home. It was just a little small studio apartment with a kitchen, a bed, and two turntables.
Wow.
And we would spend every night there learning to mix and learning to beat match and scratch records. From there, started throwing house parties. Went to Montana for Christmas to visit my dad. The skiing in Montana was way better than it was in Portland.
Okay.
So I never left Montana, and then in the late 90s, I'd say 1998, I started DJing weddings.
What inspired that switch to go from, let's say, nightlife and your own parties to weddings?
So going from Oregon to Montana, there really wasn't much need or want for hip-hop DJs.
Gotcha.
Turntablists, it was still pretty much a country town back then, so I tried throwing MC battles and things of that nature because it is a college town. But a friend of mine asked me to DJ their wedding. Did that, realized that it was probably going to be way more lucrative to do that than to host parties. So started DJing weddings.
Awesome. And then when was the infancy of Party People Montana?
So it was Party People Productions in the early days of the late 90s. We rolled with Party People Productions for about 9 years. When my second son was born, the late nights got to be a little much. So that's when I kind of quasi-retired from DJing and started the phone business. And then 2018, for Christmas, I set up the turntables. I built a little studio for our kids for Christmas, and they really got into it, and Party People Montana was born from that.
Oh, that's great. Awesome. And so how has it been? What have been some of the biggest challenges, but also the biggest successes?
Right, so biggest challenges are, like you said, I own two businesses. So I have an 8 to 5 with the communications business, which is actually more than an 8 to 5 because I'm on call as well. So juggling those two has been my biggest challenge for sure. It's been a little more difficult than I thought it would be. But now joining the Profitable DJ, bookings are coming in. It really is what it says. It is making me profitable. So I'm hoping to transition from DJ being the side hustle to the communications business being the side hustle.
Awesome.
So that's my ultimate goal is to make that transition.
How soon are you trying to make that transition? Is it a next year plan or?
My goal is next year.
Next year.
And I think we'll get there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just in this last little few weeks, the bookings are really starting to roll in with the processes that you've shown us that we've implemented, and they've made a huge difference, and I think we're going to be able to meet that goal.
Oh, that's incredible. I know you and I had talked in the previous coaching session, and you had mentioned that you're confident that you're going to 4X your business growth this year alone.
100%.
Wow, that's incredible, man.
I mean, again, I was pretty much starting from scratch.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like I was established already, but it's been amazing. The growth we're not even a year in. We're 6-7 months in.
Yeah. It's only been a half year.
My confidence in my consultations, in booking clients has gone through the roof with this program.
That's awesome. That's a great segue. I was actually just about to ask you, what are the biggest takeaways that you've kind of, where do you see the growth or the personal development since you've joined the license partnership?
Well, I'd say the number one thing is definitely the website and the funnel.
Okay.
Getting people to do what you want them to do on the website, which is to ultimately, check availability and book a consultation. So we're getting a lot of leads coming in, submitting. Just recently, those leads have started to convert into consultations, which then convert into bookings from there. So.
You had just mentioned, right before leaving here, to come to Vegas, you just closed some more bookings, right?
Right, yeah, so we did a Halloween party on Halloween weekend. From that party, we booked a New Year's Eve party for one of their other restaurants, as well as booked a wedding for one of the attendants of the party. His daughter was getting married, and he actually booked me the next day.
Oh, that's incredible.
It was great. It was fantastic.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So why not the phone business over the DJ business? Like, why are you choosing the DJ business over the phone business?
The phone business was started to meet a necessity of making money to raise the family. It's not my passion.
Gotcha.
I've been into music.
So means to an end.
Right. I started making mixtapes on dual cassette players when I was in 6th grade, you know, so like I've always been into music. I've always been into, you know, mixing that and just watching the crowd, the energy of the crowd from the music that I'm playing. You know, like, wow, I just created that moment with mixing these two songs together.
It's amazing.
It's so cool, and it's really a passion of mine. Both my kids are DJing now. You know, my youngest is booking his own events. My oldest is my assistant on weddings. So it's really cool. We've turned it into a family business. My kids have no interest in the phone business, but they both love to DJ. So this is kind of
probably easier.
Right, my legacy.
Easier draw for sure.
My legacy, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's incredible. Okay, how did your wife feel about it in a sense of, you know, phone business versus?
She's great. Very supportive. You know, when we first started talking about this partnership, you know, it is an investment. But she was super supportive and saying, I know this is what makes you happy. I know this is what you want to do, so I'm going to be as supportive as I can for you.
Lucky guy.
I mean, she still, you know, counts all the pennies and gets on me.
She's a bookkeeper by profession.
She is a bookkeeper by profession.
Yep.
So she really holds me accountable that way. But it seems like every time she starts getting nervous, the process works and the bookings start coming in to appease that for another couple months.
Yeah.
So, and now they're coming in steadily enough that there's always money in the bank account at this point.
Yeah.
So
and it's still in the it's only been about 6 months, right? So it's still very fresh. There's still a lot more that's going to happen, right? That'll definitely increase conversions and increase lead flow and so forth. So I'm very excited about what's to come for you as well. What are some of the challenges that you've faced as a DJ? Starting in the industry, you know, back in the 90s, right? To even, you know, now founding an entertainment company.
I'd say my biggest challenge is time management, for sure, which you have been great at helping me with, so I appreciate that. You know, just focusing on, you know, those 2 or 3 things a day that need to get done has been great. But really, it's just the time. Especially running 2 businesses, that has definitely been my biggest challenge. I'd say my next challenge is I get so nervous before every event, and I know that's a good thing.
That's a good thing, for sure.
Because if you're not nervous, you don't care.
Yeah.
But I think I take it to another level. Like, everything has to be perfect for me, so I spend a lot of time preparing, which then, of course, adds to that time crunch a little bit.
Yeah. Well, what about resources? So what books have you read, or, you know, presentations have you watched, or like what would you say, you know, if you were to give advice to someone that's watching right now, what is something that they should get involved with that could help their growth in business?
Well, I'd say number 1, join the Profitable DJ Partnership for sure. I'm a huge fan of Alan Berg's books. You know, just the selling mottos. Really, with my time management, I don't carve out that much time to read books and watch presentations, which I really should. Our weekly coaching sessions are amazing. I'm also a member of the DJ's Vault. There's tons of useful information in there, which is actually what got me hooked up with you, so I'm so thankful for that. But yeah, I mean, it's really, I just go with the flow, I would say. Right now, like I said, hopefully once the transition is complete and I've switched from side hustle to full hustle, or, you know, converted those 2 around, I'll have more time for myself and more time to study and learn. But right now, I'd say our weekly coaching sessions, the information I'm given there takes up the majority of my week to implement that.
Definitely.
Because I know if I do implement that, I'm going to see results, and that's
and we don't give you easy stuff. I mean, it's not something that you can just like bust out in a day, right?
Right, and you hold us accountable to do it. If you give us something to do and we don't do it, you're going to get honest about it. So that's great.
And there's also, what I've noticed is that there's a little bit of friendly competition, right? It's not toxic, but it's like nice to be able to, you know, be in the room with other guys and girls. Really, there's only guys right now in the license partnership. We definitely welcome girls. But when you see someone a little ahead of you, right, it does act as a motivator as well.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like, we've got people in all different stages of their businesses. Like me, I'm pretty much starting from the scratch. We've got other people that work day jobs as well, and then someone who runs a multi-op that this is all he does.
Yeah.
And we're all striving to be where he is at the moment. So
they're coming for you, Sam.
We're coming for you, Sam. It definitely pushes us to get to where he's getting, where he's booking multiple weddings every week, and that's great. We're proud of him. We're happy for him, and we strive to get there.
If there's people watching that love to connect with you, how can they find you and how can they connect with you?
Well, super easy. You can connect with me by email at hello@partypeoplemt.com. I'm on Facebook at partypeoplemt, as well as Instagram as well.
Awesome. Thanks, Greg.
Thank you, Ben.
Appreciate you, man.
It. Yeah.
Definitely.